My name is Harneet, um, and today's webinar will be Google Smart Devices. So before we actually get into a Google Smart Device, um, I think we should probably talk about what is a smart device. So a smart device is an electronic device that can be connected with other devices or networks through Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or otherwise other sort of devices connected to networks. This can include cars, doorbells, keychains, and many other devices. Some are autonomous, like cars, or some use AI, also known as artificial intelligence. What are Google smart devices? So, various smart devices developed by Google. These devices are part of Google Nest system, and some of these devices monitor or connect appliances with current household devices such as TVs, thermostats, and possibly speakers as well. So, a little bit of background history before we dive into these devices. The first line of devices known as Google Home was developed under the Google Nest brand in 2016. It was their smart speaker product that launched more products in the coming years by Google. And so some of these Nest devices that started launching up after the successful speaker can be split into eight categories: speakers, displays, streaming, connectivity, safety and security, cameras, video doorbells, and thermostats. So now we'll be taking a closer look at a few of these devices. Firstly, we'll be taking a look at smart speakers. Um, Google currently offers smart speakers similar to Apple's HomePods and Amazon's Echo products. And you could simply say, "Hey Google," to activate the speaker and ask what would you need. So an example would be, "Hey Google, play the news," or "Hey Google, what's 2 times 4?" You could even ask, "Hey Google, how's the weather today?" And Google will let you know what the weather is, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, or whatever weather condition that might be currently around your area. And it's a great speaker and it's able to work with other smart devices such as smart lights and smart thermostats, um, allowing you to use them to tell the speaker to turn down the heat or dim the lights by the use of these commands. So some common uses include playing music, listening to audiobooks or podcasts, creating timers slash alarms, controlling other smart devices or gadgets, asking trivia questions. So it's particularly not for a certain age group, but for all age groups. And you could also create calendar appointments, play video on Chromecast screen, or you could even check the weather. So currently, the two smart speakers that are offered are Nest Audio, which usually is $99.99, but it goes on sale for $74.99. And there's also Google Nest Mini, and it's usually $49, but it goes on sale for $24.99. So here, I have a list of features side by side. So the audio and the mini both have different dimensions in terms of how tall or how wide they are. So the audio is 7 inches tall and 7 inches wide, as compared to the mini, which is 2 inches tall and 4 inches wide. Both have three microphones. However, the audio has smart sound and the Nest Mini does not have smart sound. Um, so smart sound is the ability to adjust itself automatically to any room. So for an example, if you put it into a family room from a kitchen, it would adjust its volume possibly by lowering it or increasing it depending on the space or the area that is placed into. And the audio comes in 5 colors, which is white, blue, green, pink, and black. And the mini comes in 4 colors, which is white, black, orange, and blue. And now we'll be moving on to smart displays. So Google offers certain smart displays that help with common things such as turning on the lights, viewing or casting videos from your phone, and even making voice/video calls. So current devices that are being offered by Google include the Nest Hub, which is the second generation, and the Nest Hub Max. And here, both Nest Hubs are displayed. On the left, we have the Max, which is usually $99.99, but it frequently goes on sale for $59.99. And on the right, we have the Nest Hub second generation. It usually goes for $299 or $229, but it sometimes goes on sale for $189. So again, we're gonna have a list of features for both devices. So ideally for these two separate displays, for the Hub second generation, in the ideal setting or environment you'd want to place it in, it would be a bedroom as compared to the Hub Max, where you'd want that to be in a kitchen. The second generation Hub has no video calling, whereas the Nest Hub Max has video calling available. The Nest Hub second generation has sleep sensing features, which means that it can track your sleep pattern and possibly recommend some changes for your health if you're not getting the right amount of hours of sleep. And the Hub Max doesn't have that. Both have different displays, so the second generation would have a 7-inch display as opposed to the Hub Max, which has a 10-inch display. Again, one will have a Nest camera built in and one won't, which you'll see. And essentially with the camera built in, you can monitor security with the camera built in as opposed to not having it in. And the Hub Max has the ability to make phone calls, and the Hub second generation comes in a few colors such as chalk, charcoal, mist, and sand, whereas the Nest Hub Max comes in two colors such as chalk and charcoal. So now we'll be moving on to Google streaming devices. So essentially, this is a smart device that allows you to watch or cast particular videos onto your TV, and it's similar to a Fire Stick by Amazon or Apple TV. And current devices being offered by Google include the Chromecast with Google TV and just the regular Chromecast. So here we have both the Chromecast with Google TV and the Chromecast. Usually the Chromecast with Google TV goes for $49.99, but it goes on sale for $39.99, as opposed to the Chromecast, which is usually $29.99. But there's a bundle with the Chromecast and speaker, usually around Black Friday, but that's long gone a little bit. But if you still see this bundle, it's usually around $30 to $40. So again, we have features side by side. The resolution for both Chromecast and Google TV as opposed to Chromecast would be 4K HDR as opposed to 1080p. One has voice remote with Google Assistant, whereas Chromecast doesn't have that. But again, I guess Google TV has more integrations or more features as opposed to Chromecast. Since it has Google TV, it can control smart home devices. It's able to group with Nest speakers or displays. You can cast both of these Chromecasts from an Android or an iOS device, and both come in a couple colors. So the Chromecast with Google TV, as you saw in the previous slide, came in white, pink, or blue, as opposed to the Chromecast which came in white or black. So now we'll be going on to how to set up a Chromecast. Essentially, step one would be assembling the Chromecast device with a power supply and plug it into your nearest wall outlet. Following that, you'd want to plug the Chromecast device into an HDMI port on your TV and switch to that input channel. Step 3 would require you to download the Google Home app and open it on your phone. Step 4 would be to make sure your phone is connected to the same Wi-Fi as your Chromecast device. Uh, Following the last set of steps, step 5 would be to open the app and press get started. And after this, step 6 would be to enable Bluetooth. Step 7 would be to allow Google Home to find and connect to devices on your local network. Step 8 would be to select the email account you'd like to link the device to and press OK. Step 9 would be to create or choose a home, which would be giving your Chromecast a nickname, and after you've done that, you press OK. And step 10 would be to allow location services as well. Following this, step 11 would be to have your phone automatically look for devices. Step 12 would be to allow that, well, the app will ask you what device you're setting up. And in this case, since we're setting up the Chromecast, we would choose a Chromecast, as you'll see on the left-hand side of the screen. And step 13, you'd make sure the Chromecast is plugged in and press next after you've selected the Chromecast. Step 14, so once the device has been found, you'd have to press next again. And step 15, a code will appear on both your phone and TV. If they're both the same code, then you would press next on the app. Step 16 would be to agree to the terms and services by pressing I agree. Step 17, you'd like Google to share your stats and reports, which you can do if you want to share your stats, you can press accept or decline. Step 18 would be that the app will ask you where you're setting up the device. So you'd select the room or place you'd set it up. So an example would be the family room. And on the left-hand side, you'll see a few more examples like the basement or the bathroom. And upon selecting that, you'd press next. And then step 19, Wi-Fi network, and press next. And that'd be it for setting up your Chromecast. And we finally have the last segment of Google Smart Devices, which is Google Thermostats. So Google made its own line of smart thermostats. They gradually adjust the temperature in your homes, and this can be either done manually or through a connected device, either by smart speakers, smart displays, or phones. So Google is offering two Google thermostats currently. One is the Google Nest, which is usually $129.99, but it goes on sale for $99.99. Another product that they're offering with the thermostats is the Google Nest Learning Thermostat. It's available for $249, but it rarely goes on sale. Moving on, we have a list of features for both devices. And you'll see that both save an average of 10 to 12% on heating bills and 15% on cooling bills. They both have the ability to turn itself down when you're away. One slight difference between the setup is that the Nest thermostat will have to be set up via the Google Home app, as opposed to the Nest Learning thermostat, which would have to be set up via the Nest app. And both can be controlled anywhere via the app that is being set up on, and both have an HVAC system, monitoring, and alerts. And moving on, we have that the thermostat works with, the Nest thermostat works with at least 85% of systems, whereas the Nest Learning thermostat works with 95% of systems. Since the Learning thermostat is more of a premium finish, it has a trim plate included, whereas the Nest thermostat doesn't have that included. The Learning thermostat works with a Nest temperature sensor, whereas the regular thermostat does not work with that sensor. Both can be voice controlled, and they come in different colors as well. So the thermostat is available in 4 colors, as opposed to the Learning thermostat, which is comes in 6 colors. And you'll notice that since one is more of a premium finish, the learning thermostat will come in a metal ring as opposed to the thermostat, which will come with a plastic housing. And additionally, with the different build qualities, the Nest thermostat will be with the mirror display, and the Nest Learning thermostat will be with a high resolution display. And with the premium finish, they're including a 2-year warranty with the Nest Learning thermostat, and they have a 1-year warranty for the Nest thermostat. So installation. Um, this usually depends on the device, but most of these devices just require you to have a power outlet to connect the device to, Wi-Fi, and the Google Home application for daily use. From there, the app will prompt you to sign into your Google account and install any updates if they're available. But for other devices such as cameras or thermostats, you may need a technician to install those devices. So some frequently asked questions, um, I think that are pretty important since it's a Google smart device. One question that really pops up is that is it compatible with iOS devices or is it just only available for Android devices? So it works with both as long as you just have a Google Home app and you should have access to all these devices. And it doesn't matter if you just only have an iOS device as well. And another question of concern would be, are these devices secure? So Google works hard to protect your data and um, essentially they are secure and they have a whole core privacy and security principles. And let me get to the live demo. For the live demo, I'll be just going over briefly what we covered today. So that would be either speakers, um, possibly thermostats, and displays. So you'll see here that I went to the Google Store. It should be store.google.com. And you'll see under the Nest tab, if you click on it, there's a list of devices that are available. This includes speakers, displays, streaming, connectivity, video doorbells if you're interested, cameras, and safety and security, along with thermostats and other accessories that are available for purchase. So for speakers, I'll just quickly go to compare speakers. And here we'll see the Nest Audio and the Nest Mini. So you have both prices listed here, uh, the dimensions as I talked about earlier, um, if they have a touchscreen display, which they don't, microphones, cameras, Nest Cam built in, and the colors that they're available in, along with some other features like Smart Sound, which was how it was able to adjust itself to any room. And following this, I'll be taking a look at displays. So I'll be quickly pressing again to compare displays. And here again, we'll see both the two displays that I talked about earlier, which is the Nest Hub second generation and the Nest Hub Max. Both have their prices respectively on their own panels. The touchscreen display, the camera, speakers, and other features that are included with these displays, additionally with the colors that it comes with. And finally, I'll be taking a look at the last thing we talked about, which was thermostats. So I'll quickly press on compare thermostats. And here again, you'll see two images of thermostats with their respective prices. And if you're interested in buying it, you can simply just press on the buy button, or if you want to learn more about it, you can simply just press on the learn more button right here. So it should pop up to something like this, or you can get more information about the product that you're interested in. That is it. Thank you for listening. If you'd like to learn this lesson with the Cyber Senior Mentor, please go to our website or call the number on the screen and to register for a one-on-one phone session. Additionally, we also host weekly tech drop-ins from 2 to 3 p.m. Eastern Time on Thursdays. Thank you, everyone.